Okay, we have some good news, so lock in. Leftists around the country should be feeling like this today.
I believe that we just won! I believe that we just won!
Chris Rabb, the DSA-endorsed AOC-backed candidate for Pennsylvania's 3rd District, has won his primary against his corporate and AIPAC-backed opponents, and he has one thing to say to them.
Chris Rabb, what do you have to say to AIPAC right now?
Fuck AIPAC.
Fuck AIPAC!
What a major L for corporate Democrats just across the board. Cory Booker hold this, Josh Shapiro hold this, Chuck Schumer hold this, right? Sit down, okay? Oh, what a day. What a day it is. Just look at the emotion, look at the excitement, the joy at the victory party that happened on Tuesday. Everyone, every progressive around the country, this is a time to celebrate, right? You know, I feel like there's this attitude amongst progressives where we're like, you know, always like, oh, nothing changes, you know, America sucks, blah, 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 right? Corporations rule everything. And it's like, well, you know, to some extent that's true. But we need wins, right? We need to take the victories when we have them because goddamn, we need wins every now and then, right? And this is one of them. So to start off our celebration for today for this newest progressive in Congress, this DSA-backed member, let's dive right into the election night party where his entire crowd started chanting AIPAC lost. Take a look. It's so refreshing to see something like this, especially looking after Thomas Massie's unfortunate loss on his primary last night, but we'll talk about that in a little bit, just kind of showing the dichotomy there. But before we get to that, let's take a look at Chris Rabb's victory speech at his event last night, where he said that he didn't even think this victory was possible, and yet here we fucking are with a W under our belt. Take a look.
They told me this wasn't possible. That's what they said. I don't know who they are, but I know who we are. I'm looking at we the people. And I'm not talking about we the people 250 years ago. That was a much smaller we. I'm talking about the aggressive fabulosity of this we.
Such a good moment. Such a good candidate. He supports Medicare for all. He's anti-Israel, universal child care, public housing. We finally got a good one, guys. We finally got a good one. We should all be hitting moves like this right now. Jumping for joy, doing freaking cartwheels and jumping jacks for Chris Rabb, right? Let's go crazy style on it because this outcome, combined with incumbent Summer Lee's win, also in Pennsylvania in the 12th district, really shows that there is a very large, very anti-war, pro-worker, anti-Trump coalition in this country. And in a swing state like Pennsylvania, it's important to have these candidates, right, showing the entire state and the entire country that better futures are possible with progressive champions like Chris Rabb, like Summer Lee, like AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and honestly, thank God, right? Thank God, because on Tuesday, there was also the unfortunate primary where Thomas Massie lost to his AIPAC corporate Trump handpicked candidate Ed Galrein, right? But to me, this just shows one thing. It shows that there is an anti-war movement in this country, an anti-Trump movement in this country, and it's not on the right. The Republican Party is completely captured by Donald Trump. It's the cult of Donald Trump at this point, right? You know, whatever he says goes. If he's pro-Israel, the Republican Party is pro-Israel, you know? I do find it interesting, though, that the one outspoken Republican, the one who pushed to release the Epstein files and, you know, didn't want to fund Israel anymore, does get hit with the full force of the Republican Party, but literal criminals within their ranks go unpunished. Just curious. Just gonna leave it at that. Just gonna leave it at that because just gonna leave it because it's back to celebration time. All right, it's back to celebration time because let us take a look together at some reactions, some clips, some moments from online to see what the community is saying and join in on the fun. So here we go. All right, like this tweet right here, which is saying, this is an amazing victory. The amount of money being spent to beat this truly great candidate was staggering, but Philly came through, and it's this video. Hey, Chris Rabb, yeah. Celebrating, dancing. I do find it funny that he's up there on like the podium, like he's about to deliver a speech to an entire like galactic army or something. But, you know, beside the point. You know what? He can vibe out, right? Let the guy vibe out for the night because he just had an insane victory, right? He's like, and the people are just like celebrating in the comments, right? We have Hassan Piker, the Twitch streamer. Also, he rallied with Chris Rabb. He went to a couple of his events out in Pennsylvania. He traveled out there saying they got the money, but we have the people, and when the people are united, we'll never be defeated. He also talked a little bit about the victory on his stream, so let's take a little look at that as well.
That's what we're going to be talking about today. Let's go. Does Zoran start walking towards the camera campaign video style? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't care about Zoran. We moved past Zoran. Zoran's in the fucking rear view mirror, folks. We got new lengths. We got new places to go to, new avenues, uncharted territory. Chris Rabb, the Rapture. The Rapture.
The Rapture. The Rapture is here, everybody. That is, oh my God. Chris Rabb, major victory out in Pennsylvania, and Hassan Piker did, help with that. He helped push Chris Rabb's name and through his stream and everything like that. And so, very fair to celebrate the victory as well over here on his stream, but also showing that, yeah, there is new places to go, more progressives to win, more candidates to run, more races to win, right? Zoran, we love you, man, but you're in power, right? Chris Rabb, we love you, man. Now you got the general ahead of you. He's going to win. He's been, it's fine, right? Philly, they'll elect the guy, but there's more, right? There are so many more people out there. So let's continue.
Israel supporter cries over Chris's win. Oh my Lord, that's amazing. That's amazing. Let's freaking go, baby.
Cry more, cry harder.
Woo!
Cry harder.
You don't understand, dude. Primary Zoran now. Yeah, Zoran is done. He's washed. He's washed. El Aura for Zoran. We got bigger and better things to move on to. We've leveled up. We're now talking congressional.
Oh, congressional. Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Oh my God. It gets so hyped. So hyped that Chris Rabb won this race. Oh my God. You should be hyped too. Be hyped out there. Get hyped. Get the popcorn. Get the glasses. Get amped. I don't know. This is what I had. I didn't have like a party hat or any but whatever. It's better than nothing, all right? You know what I mean. But there's so much more. This person was saying like that Chris Rabb wasn't, maybe not gonna win, but then they boom, stick a fork in it. State Rep Chris Rabb, endorsed by AOC and the left, opposed by state local Dem establishment, including Josh Shapiro, will be the next congressman from Pennsylvania. Third, the bluest district in the country will be represented by a Democratic socialist. So huge, so big. He wins here. First, it's Socialist Philadelphia has ever elected to the House of Representatives. It just keeps on coming. The candidate, when you endorse the last election, loses the election to a socialist from Philly. Oh my God. Actually, get wrecked, Cory Booker. Get wrecked. Oh, so good. So rewarding. Now, actually, speaking of the candidate that lost the election, we are going to take a look at Senator Sharif Street, the state senator who was running against Chris Rabb. And we're just going to watch the first few seconds of this because there's a clip and there's a moment in here that I saw that is pretty entertaining. So let's take a look.
The campaign that we ran. As was said, we didn't have the millions of dollars of TV ads that the others had.
Oh yeah, Chris Rabb with his billions of dollars in TV ads. Billions with a B. Billions of dollars in TV ads for Chris Rabb. The DSA-backed socialist candidate had billions of dollars. Yeah, no, he didn't. That's a lie. No, he didn't. Yeah, so that was a fucking lie. Exactly, right? Good that he conceded, right? It's, we want that, especially after Donald Trump. We don't want people, saying that they won elections when they didn't. But, bro, come on. Come on. Chris Rabb was a grassroots supported candidate, had support from, just leftist leaders like AOC, like Hassan Piker, and you're out here, whining on the timeline because you lost, right? And that's it. And Cory Booker, that's your guy. That's your guy out there. That's your guy. Feel bad. Sorry. And then also just wanted to show you guys this.
Pack is trash. Pack is trash. Pack is trash. Pack is trash. Pack is trash.
Oh man. So good. We have Chris Rabb is going to Congress, right? This guy is going to Congress. This guy right here. This guy is going to Congress. And we should all be dancing and celebrating because we don't have a lot. Right, we do not have a lot of victories every now. Great time to pause. We don't have a lot of victories as progressives, but it's time to celebrate one. Say, okay, this worked. Right, this messaging worked. This candidate worked. This ideology worked. Candidates like this are popular all across the country. Right, people are saying to Zoran, right, it can only work in New York. It can only work in the city. Now it just only works in the state. Oh, it only works in Pittsburgh. Oh, it only works in Maine. Oh, it only works here and there and everywhere. Right, it's done. right? Progressive politics works everywhere. And that is what we are just proving time and time again. The anti-war movement is on the left. The pro-worker movement is on the left, right? And that is where we need to keep pushing. But I think that's going to do it for me. We're going to end right here with Chris Rabb dancing away. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I really appreciate it. If you like what you saw in this video, be sure to leave a like down below. And don't forget to subscribe to US Democratic Socialist for more good news like this. I'm Iago Lashua. Have a great day. Goodbye.